82% of businesses don't actually know how much they're spending to get a new customer. That means you could be losing money on every job, service, or appointment without actually realizing it. Customer acquisition cost, or CAC, is simply how much you spend to get one new customer through your door. And this is what most businesses get wrong. They look at their marketing spend but completely forget to include even their time cost. Every hour you or your team spend managing Google Ads, email lists, updating your website, or following up with leads is cost into the business towards your client acquisition. Think about it. If you're spending $500 on ads and then 10 hours at £50 an hour, your true marketing cost isn't $500, it's $1,500. The good news is that once you know your numbers, you can actually make data-driven decisions towards your marketing efforts to get customers on board. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything. If you want my 100% free step-by-step courses, templates, and weekly coaching, just share this video with someone who you think might find it useful, whether it's a friend or another business owner, and then just drop a comment down below saying you've done it. After you've done that, I'll send you the private link so you can get access to all of that for free. Okay, so let me now show you how you can calculate your true customer acquisition cost in no time at all. Right then, let's talk about something that keeps most business owners up at night, figuring out exactly what it costs to get a new customer through the door. Grab a cuppa, matcha, white monster, whatever you're into, because this might actually be more interesting than watching paint dry. Look, I know the numbers aren't everyone's favorite. I absolutely understand that, but stay with me here. We're going to make this painlessly simple and most likely end up saving you some money with a big slap of flex tape over the leak in your revenue bucket. Let's make an example here of breaking down the marketing spend from last month. So Google Ads, we popped in 500 in there. We had 200 on Facebook, and then those flyers you weren't quite sure about, there's another 100 there. So total damage is 800. Now from all of that, you landed 8 customers. Fantastic. Quick maths, 800 divided by the 8 new customers gives us £100 per new customer through the doors. So that would mean that the initial client acquisition cost is 800 for 8 customers, £100 a customer. Super simple. But this is why I made a video on this. Hold your horses, because we're not quite done yet. So here's where it gets interesting. And by interesting, I mean potentially a little bit painful. Remember all those hours you spent faffing around with those ads? Let's say 10 hours at £50 an hour. That's another £500 that you've invested into your marketing. So now you're actually looking at your 800 that you've put into the marketing plus 500 for your time, which is £1,300 in total, divided by those 8 customers is actually £162.50 per customer. So it's an over 50% increase in client acquisition cost. So it's a little bit different from that initial price, and this is why you need to be super careful when you're calculating this cost. Right, here's where it gets properly interesting. We're going to break it down by channel. So let's see where those 8 customers actually came from. Google Ads brought in 5 customers, not too shabby, especially if you're a service-based business. Facebook, we landed 2 customers there, and the flyers, just 1 lowly customer there. So see what's happening here? Google Ads might actually look expensive at first glance, but it's actually giving you much more bang for your buck at £160 per customer compared to the flyers, which gave you £200 per customer. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to become some sort of spreadsheet wizard or hire someone in to do your spreadsheet wizardry, but here's what you can do. Track every penny that you spend on marketing for a month. Meticulously track your marketing expenditure. So everything that goes into it, from overheads to coffees to papers to how much it costs to replace the floor, all of that factors into how much it actually costs to get people into your business. Number 2 is to record your customers. So note down exactly where each customer comes from. So we want to be able to break down how many do we get from Google Ads? How many do we get from referrals? What was Meta? What was flyers? What was organic through the website? Even how many people did you get through your track number on your Google business page? And then lastly is do the sums. So yes, actually do them. Trust me, it is going to be less painful than doing your tax return. But yeah, go out, calculate your customer acquisition cost for each one of those marketing channels, and you'll soon see why some are much more valuable than others, and you'll be able to redistribute your budget appropriately. So what do these numbers do for me? Well, by actually understanding your customer acquisition cost, you unlock the ability to make data-driven, informed decisions. So you can target spending, improve your ROI, and look for future sustainable growth. So allocate budget to the highest performing channels and then even scale up on what is already working. So if you see that one channel is absolutely dominating over the others, then just keep investing into that. So a minimum of 2 times return on your investment is absolutely great. For every £10 you put in, you get £20 back. Why wouldn't you keep investing if you understood that kind of return? Where this gets dangerous is people who think, fantastic, I've got a 2x return. I put £10 in, I get £20 back. But actually, their true marketing spend is more like 18, 19, £23. So actually they're making a loss. Looks great on paper, but over the long term, they realize we're in serious trouble here. And then finally, I wanted to visualize this for you. So with that example, after implementing the customer acquisition framework from each channel, we can see these changes in revenue. So from Google Ads, like I said, £160, from Facebook, £150, and then from those channel flyers, £200. So you don't need to be a wizard. Again, just throw your numbers into a spreadsheet, have your channels along the x-axis, and then your customer acquisition cost as your y, and then you can very visibly see this one is heaps ahead of the rest. Let's try and cut down that budget a bit and invest more into Google Ads. So I know this was pretty short and sweet, but that's what I'm trying to do with this series. And I know it's just about as exciting as watching a cricket match in the rain. But once you know these numbers, you're not just going to be throwing money into the void again and hoping for the best. Give it a go for 1 month. You might actually be pleasantly surprised, or at least know exactly why you're sobbing into your P&L statement. If you're stuck with your calculations, pop your questions down below in the comments. More than happy to help you out. We're all in this together. And also bear in mind that the example I gave above was just time. You've also got your electricity, overheads, Sharon's cake fund, whatever it is. So depending on your situation, make sure that you factor absolutely everything into your marketing costs. So that's it. Now you know exactly how much it costs to actually get new customers into your business. As always, I'll put that website, the Gamma presentation that I created, down into the comments below so you can use that, or into the description rather. And again, if you want my free course, step-by-step guides, templates, all of that good stuff, just drop a comment, drop a like, let me know you're interested, and I'll send you that private link so you can get access to all of that for free. Until next time, speak soon.